Welcome to Brunswick Now on ATMC TV. I'm your host, Megan Masser. This month, we'll cover a lot of different things happening in Brunswick County. First, we'll speak with Amy McMullen from the Ocean Isle Fishing Center about their upcoming Jolly Mon fishing tournament happening in Ocean Isle Beach. Then we'll sit down with Kimberly Hinton and Christine O'Connor from the North Carolina Department of Transportation to talk about a proposed road widening project in Leland. And finally, we'll meet with Summer Falgiano and Cassidy Ring about a Don't Text and Drive campaign they started at West Brunswick High School. Join us for the next half hour as we bring you Brunswick Now.
Welcome to Brunswick Now, ATMC TV, Channel 3, bringing you the best of Brunswick.
First, let's welcome Amy McMullen from the Ocean Isle Beach Fishing Center. Welcome to the show, Amy.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being on the show today. Now, can you tell me a little bit about what you do at the Ocean Isle Beach Fishing Center?
I do a little of everything, I guess. I do most of the ordering and merchandising there, and just general helping to manage with my husband, Brant.
Okay. And for those viewers who do not know where the fishing center is located, can you help them?
Yes, it's located at the base of the Ocean Isle Beach Bridge in Ocean Isle Beach.
Okay, and you mentioned that you do some ordering of merchandise. What types of products and services do you all offer?
We have basically everything from mud minnows to women's flip-flops. We carry some clothing, bait and tackle. It's a wide variety.
And then what types of services does the fishing center offer for people?
We have water sports. We do jet ski rentals, boat rentals. We also have a charter service. And just general information for any fishermen who may come in and need to know where to go or what bait is being used and what's.
And for the charter service, how far out do you all go?
We go anywhere from a mile off the beach up to 55, 60 miles out into the Gulf Stream.
Okay. And is that the choice of the person maybe that's going on the boat, or is it the captain's?
Well, we offer different lengths of trips, anywhere from a 4-hour trip all the way up to a 13-hour trip. And based on what length of trip you choose will determine how far out we're able to go on that trip and locate fish.
Okay. And I know you all have a big tournament each year, the Jolly Mon King Classic.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about that? I believe it's in June?
Yes. The date's on that, June 17th through the 19th. It is a king mackerel tournament. It's last year it was 315 boats, and it's basically largest fish overall wins the tournament.
Okay. And who won last year?
We had a local family win last year. It was Jeff Beck, his father Ricky Beck, and Jeff's wife Courtney Beck won last year.
And do you know the size of the king mackerel that they brought in?
Yeah, they caught a 34-pound king mackerel off of the Cape Fear River channel, I think is where that fish came from. They were actually in a smaller boat. I think it was around 20 feet, 21 feet.
Okay.
That's kind of what makes this tournament unique, is that during the time of year that we have it, the fish are closer into shore, which allows smaller boats like the Becks. You know, we've had small boats like an 18-foot boat to be able to fish these tournaments.
Wow. Neat. And what is the cost of entering into the tournament?
The entry fee is $215.
Okay. And can they enter just by coming into the fishing center?
Yes, they can come into the fishing center. They can enter online. They can call us.
Okay. And what are the rules for the tournament?
It's just basically the largest fish overall wins. We do have some secondary prizes. I think we pay out through 31 places, with additional prizes for, you know, special weights and.
And what are the prizes for the tournament?
First place last year was about $20,000.
Oh wow!
And yeah,
that's really good.
It is. It's a lot of money. But when you have 315 boats, that kind of ups the ante.
Of course. So you all are shooting for how many boats this year?
Hopefully we'll get 300 again this year.
Okay.
That's normally, I think The most that we've ever had was maybe 350.
And how many years have you been doing the Jollymon King Classic?
The Jollymon, I think next year we'll make our 20-year anniversary on the Jollymon King Classic.
Oh, wow. So can we expect anything big next year for the 20th anniversary?
Who knows? I'm sure that we'll come up with something fun.
Okay.
I think this year we're going to have a fundraiser for the Recreational Fishing Alliance, which will involve a dunking booth. Hopefully we can get Captain Brandon there, and I will be the first to line up and put my money in the pot.
And you all have a tournament for children as well. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes, we have a Junior Jollymon is what we call it. It's actually done on Friday, the day of registration, and basically what that entails is people get their children or someone else's children out on the boat, and they fish for dolphin, cobia, and king mackerel. Every child that participates gets some sort of prize, whether it's monetary or medallions, just to be able to say that they have participated.
Oh, that's cute. And what are the ages of the kids that usually participate?
Any age is welcome, up to I think 16 maybe our max, and then they kind of go into adult status then. But as small as you can take them on a boat.
Okay. And I know there are other activities for the community to get involved with during the tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. This year we'll have the dunking booth for a fundraiser, the Recreational Fishing Alliance, and hopefully we can get Brandon there. And we also have an event that is called pogie bobbing that everybody is eligible to do.
Okay, and what exactly is pogie bobbing? Because I've never heard of that.
Pogie bobbing. Basically, a pogie is a bait fish. It's a menhaden. It's a bait fish that is right off of our beach. We use those to live bait fish for king mackerel. And I'm not sure how this came about. It may have been a family a family dinner time conversation that we decided we needed some sort of event for the tournament, and basically we catch these bait fish and we put them in a clear container and fill it with water, and there's probably 5 fish in the container, and it's kind of the same thing as bobbing for apples, except you're bobbing for bait fish, and you can't use your hands, no hands. You can only use your mouth, and that's a pretty fun event. Everybody gathers around. It draws a big crowd, and some adults do it as well as children. But you would not believe the amount of children who are willing to stick their face in the tank.
Wow! And how big are the fish that you're trying to?
They are probably 5 to 7 inches. They're small.
So how do you
kind of hand size?
Do you actually bite?
They actually bite. I do not. That's one part I have not participated in thus far. But yeah, they just duck their head into the tank and bob for the fish, just as you would for an apple at a carnival.
Wow. Well, I'm glad I got to hear about what it was, so I know what not to do.
Well, yeah, it's no hands, but you definitely should come see it in person.
Okay, that sounds like a plan. And when is that, on Friday?
That is during the captain's meeting on Friday.
Okay.
Yes. And then I think we may even do a little of that. I think during the awards, kind of like the top 3 get to face off in the pogie bobbing.
Literally face off. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun. And so it's again June 19th through the 20th.
The 17th through the 19th.
17th through the 19th.
The registration and Junior Jollymon is on the 17th. You have optional fish days, Saturday or Sunday. So if the weather's not good on Saturday, you can bump it to Sunday, or if the weather's better on Saturday, you can fish Saturday.
Okay, great. And if someone wants to register, again, what website do they go to?
They can go on www.oifc.com.
Okay, and the phone number, the fishing center?
It's 910-575-FISH.
Okay, well, great. Well, good luck with the tournament, and it was great having you on the show today.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us.
Now let's welcome Kimberly Hinton and Christine O'Connor. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now you both work for the North Carolina Department of Transportation.
Yes.
What are your positions with the Department of Transportation?
I am a project planning engineer in the Project Development and Environmental Analysis branch.
Okay.
And I am a public involvement officer, and I also work with the Project Development and Environmental Analysis branch in the public involvement group.
Okay. And now you all have a proposal for a project that's going to widen US 1774, 76, it's a mouthful, in Leland. And Christine, can you tell me exactly what this project will do?
What we're planning to do as part of this project is to add an extra lane in each direction on US 17 on the causeway, which is between the Cape Fear Bridge and the NC 133 interchange. And we'll also be making some improvements using some innovative technology to the NC 133 interchange.
Okay, and Kimberly, can you tell me why you all are planning to do this?
Well, actually, may I allow Christine to answer that question?
Of course.
The reason for this project is just specifically the area is very congested. The Leland, Belleville area, NC 133 is really a bedroom community for a lot of commuters traveling to Wilmington to work in the morning and home again in the evenings. So the traffic numbers are pretty significant. So it's very congested, and we know that something needed to be done to sort of alleviate this problem. So the improvements are to help the traffic be able to get across more quickly in a more efficient manner and more safely.
Okay. Now, Kimberly, last month you all held a public hearing on this project, and of course I'm sure there were concerns from the community since they are in these traffic congestion. Can you tell me a little bit about the meeting and the response of the people in the community?
Well, as a public involvement officer, I moderate the public hearings, and what we really want from the public is to provide their comments on the hearing map, any concerns that they may have traveling through the public. We want to hear from them any concerns they have on the new innovative design for the interchange at NC 133 and US 1774-76, which is a diverging diamond interchange. And as public hearing officer, all the comments come to me, and I will compile all the comments and have them delivered to the project team, and Christine is a member of the project team.
And how can someone submit comments to you?
They can submit them through calling me. They may fax them, email them. I'll take them any method that they like to give.
And is there a deadline for when you have to receive all the comments by?
Yes, there is a deadline. However, we will receive comments after that, but in order for Christine to finish the environmental document, we will need them by June 20th.
Okay.
And therefore, that's our cutoff, but we will definitely take comments afterwards, and we'll take them as long as they want to give them.
Okay, that's good. And there is a specific design that you're planning to use for the interchange. You had mentioned the diamond.
Yes, diverging diamond.
The diverging diamond, okay.
Yes.
Can you explain a little bit more about
Certainly. The diverging diamond interchange has traditionally been used in Europe and has been recently brought over into the United States. They have one in Missouri and they have some in Utah as well. And what it is just an interchange that allows you to temporarily cross over to the opposite side of the road and then cross back over to allow a more smooth operation of traffic. And it's more efficient, it gets traffic through the interchange more quickly, and it's also safer than your traditional interchange.
Now, crossing over to the opposite side of traffic, to me, sounds confusing and a little scary. I'm sure that there are some safety precautions and reasons why you would use this versus a regular traffic interchange.
It's actually safer than a regular interchange because there's less places where you can come into contact with another vehicle coming in the opposite direction, what we call a conflict point. There's actually significantly fewer conflict points with this kind of interchange. And in a sense, when you're driving through it, you won't really be able to notice the difference. You won't so much have the opportunity to get on the wrong side of the road, to go the wrong way from where you're supposed to be. It's very well structured in that manner.
Okay. And was there a reason, I guess, why you used this format than just the regular traffic interchange?
The reason why we chose this interchange over a traditional diamond or a loop was because the traditional interchange was definitely having a major impact on some businesses in the area, and it was almost an additional $10 million worth of property acquisition costs and hardship to people that live and work in that area, so we try to avoid those when we can.
Right. And can you give me a timeline of when this project will be completed?
We will start purchasing right-of-way in February of 2012, so next year, and then the project will start construction in July of 2013. It would probably take about 18 months from start to finish, so somewhere around 2015 you should see the completed results and how it improves the traffic operations in that area and get a little bit of relief from the current congestion.
Okay. And during the time of construction, should people expect some more delays during that time?
Because it's such a high traffic area and it's very sensitive, a lot of the traffic construction will be done during nights and weekends to avoid impacts during like peak hour times such as morning and evening rush hours, because we already know there's issues out there now. We don't want to make them worse.
Of course, of course. And can we talk briefly about the funding of this project?
This project is funded through the National Highway System, which is a federal funding source. So 80% of the funds will be coming from that funding source. Also, 20% will be coming from state funds.
Okay. And if our viewers have any questions or comments, where can they find more information?
Well, they can give me a call. My name is Kimberly Hinton at 919-707-6072. They can also, as I said earlier, they can fax me, and they can email me at khinton@ncdot.gov.
And can we briefly talk about the funding of this project?
Yes, the funding of the project will be through the National Highway System, which is the NHS, which is a federal funding source. 80% of the funds will come from this source, and 20% will come from state funds. The total cost of this project is about $21 million.
Okay, wow. And so by taking out, without moving the businesses, and that takes off, the $10 million.
Yes.
And now you mentioned that there are only 2 diverging diamond interchanges in the United States. Why is that, and do you expect that there are going to be more coming?
Well, it's still a relatively new technology, so it's just a matter of it catching on and being used and people being more familiar with it in other DOTs around the country. But actually in North Carolina, we have 8 that are planned. It's just a matter of which one gets constructed first. I don't think that this one will be first. I think there's one on I-95 that'll probably be constructed before this one, but it's definitely a new technology that's catching on.
Okay, great. And if someone wants more information or maybe wants to send in a comment about 1774-76, how may they do that?
They may contact me, Kimberly Hinton, at 919-707-6072, which is my phone number. They can fax me, and they can also email me at khinton@ncdot.gov. We also will have information available from the public hearing at www.wmpo.org/projects.html. It is the Wilmington Metropolitan Planning Organization website, and they can get more information there as well.
Okay, so they can see all the information on what we talked about today.
Yes, they can.
Perfect. Well, thank you all so much for being on the show today.
Thank you for having us.
A diverging diamond interchange, also known as a DDI, allows 2 directions of traffic to temporarily cross to the left side of the road. A DDI moves high volumes of traffic through an intersection without increasing the number of lanes and traffic signals. This movement provides easier access to an interstate. Traffic entering or exiting the interstate does not have to cross opposing traffic to make a left turn. When driving a DDI, motorists proceed through a traffic signal at the entrance to the interchange and simply follow their lane to the opposite side of the roadway. Both directions of traffic drive on the opposite side of the road before crossing back and resuming their original pattern. DDIs allow free-flowing turns when entering and exiting an interstate, eliminating the left turn against oncoming traffic and limiting the number of traffic signal phases. Traffic signals, signs, pavement markings, and a raised concrete island where lanes crisscross will guide you and keep you from turning into a wrong lane. Motorists traveling NC 123 will drive straight through the first traffic signal and cross in front of oncoming traffic that is stopped on your right at a traffic signal. Then you'll be on the left side of the bridge with the opposing lanes on your right, separated by concrete barriers. You can then proceed to the other side of the bridge where you'll cross at another traffic signal back over to the right side of the road. To get to I-40 towards the left, you will use the left lane. The turn onto the I-40 ramp will be a free left turn, meaning no need to stop. Motorists needing to access I-40 to the right will remain in the right lane and exit off. The DDI makes it easy to know which side of the road to be on when turning onto the interstate. To turn left, stay in the left lane. To turn right, stay in the right lane. If you exit eastbound I-40 to go north on NC 123, when the signal is green, you will turn onto the left lanes of northbound NC 123 on the bridge. If you are driving westbound I-40 to southbound NC 123, you will turn onto the left lanes of southbound NC 123 on the bridge. If you exit eastbound I-40 to go south on NC 123 or westbound to go north, you will stay in the right lane to exit. Movements are simpler, easier, and quicker. The blue line demonstrates the path that cyclists will use while riding at a diverging diamond interchange. They will stay to the right side of the road as they would on any other interchange. However, because there are fewer and shorter crossing movements, bicycle movements are easier and safer. The orange line demonstrates the path for pedestrians. Pedestrians will use the signed crosswalks and then use the walkway down the center of the bridge between the barriers. Even though this is unusual, the crisscross vehicular paths make the center of the bridge the safest location for a pedestrian walkway. All street crossings are shorter than in a standard interchange and will be under signal control.
Finally, let's welcome Summer Falciano and Cassidy Ring. Welcome to the show.
Thanks. Thank you.
Now, you all are seniors at West Brunswick High School. Can you tell me a little bit about yourselves?
Well, I'm a senior and Cassidy is a sophomore.
Oh, okay.
But I'm a senior and I'm the editor of the newspaper, the president of the National Honor Society, and that's about it.
And I was the junior editor last semester, and I'm also a member of the soccer and basketball teams.
Okay, and so are you excited about graduation then?
Yeah, I'm so ready to go.
I bet you are. And where are you going after graduation?
East Carolina University in Greenville to study for communications.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Now, you both started the Don't Text and Drive campaign at West Brunswick High School. How did you get that started? What class was it a part of?
We started it in our newspaper class. Our fourth period newspaper class.
Okay, so is it like a journalism type class? And was it an idea of you all, of the students, or where did it come from?
We all kind of collaborated together because we really wanted to do a campaign to get the students involved in the community, and we just decided that educating about texting and driving would be the best way.
And of course it hits home because a lot, you think of students texting and driving. I've done it before, and I don't anymore. But I think anyone that has that cell phone can easily do that. What was the purpose of this campaign?
Basically, to just spread awareness. There's too many people getting in accidents and even dying over just like looking at your phone, saying, "Hey," I mean, it's pointless. So we just wanted to get everyone to get off their phones when they drive and just pay attention to the road.
And why did you think it was important to put out the dangers of texting and driving?
Well, I'm pretty sure people weren't aware of the dangers, so they thought it was no big deal at first if they just answered a quick text message, but the few seconds that you take off the road can have a huge impact on what happens next.
Of course. And I mean, that could be anything from, hey, LOL, what are you doing tonight? It does take time just looking down. So what all did this campaign involve?
Well, we used the newspaper to spread the beginnings of it, I guess, to create the beginnings of it. And then we made a video. We made a banner. We made out flyers. We did like a petition for the school, and everyone signed it, and we put that into the newspaper. Oh, we did a glog. It's like a
glog.
Yeah, it's like a. It was a new thing for us.
Yeah.
It's almost like a blog, but you can put like videos in it and like animations and stuff like that. So it was pretty neat.
Yeah, that's really. So did you get most of the support from the students during the petition, and also the community?
More or less the students.
Okay. And how did ATMC help with this campaign?
ATMC provided us with T-shirts and bracelets to hand out to the students. Like, we would ask them a question, and if they got it right, they would get a T-shirt or a bracelet.
Okay.
And they also gave us brochures to put in our newspaper spread.
Nice. And what are some statistics about texting and driving?
We did a lot of research on it. We actually put in the newspaper a whole list of statistics, and I think it was saying like there's 20,000 deaths, or no, accidents, 20,000 accidents a year in texting and driving, and I think it slows your reaction rates down to like 23%. It's almost the same as drinking and driving, which was a big surprise to us because who would even think that? We just found out so many different things, and it's everywhere. It's not even like just in the community or just in the United States. It's all over the world. People text and drive.
Right. I saw a special on it one night, and it was really sad just seeing young students as yourselves getting ready to go to college, but just because they looked at that text, they're no longer here or you know, in an accident. Do you have any tips for people that are maybe tempted? They hear their phone go off while they're driving, and
Put it on silent. That way you won't be tempted. If you won't hear anything to begin with. Right. And maybe keep it out of like your reach. Put it in a purse or in the dashboard or something.
Yeah, in the glove box. Lock it. Now, how long has this campaign been going on, and how long do you want it to go on?
We started it last semester, and we wanted to do like the whole year or even continuing into next year. So far it just was in first semester, but I mean anyone can continue what we gave, what we like taught everybody. They can continue it.
Right. Okay. And I mean, really, what was your goal when you started it? You wanted it to reach just across the community or even past our community, our surrounding area?
Well, we started out with just wanting to reach our peers and stuff, but if it could reach out to like the community or other communities, that would be great.
And you can do that by directing them to your website. Where can you get more information on the statistics of texting and driving and just ways to help people?
Basically anywhere. The internet, that's where we got all of our statistics from. And it's on the news every day. There's always something about texting and driving, magazines, anywhere.
And it's even now a law that you can't text.
And you get fined and everything. It's pretty expensive.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you all so much for being on the show and starting this campaign, and I'm sure that you definitely made an impact on the lives of students at the school.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for joining us this month on Brunswick Now. I'm your host, Megan Masser. If you have any questions about the organizations or events you've seen on this month's show, feel free to call 910-755-1770 or email atmctv@atmc.coop. Be sure to join us next month for Brunswick Now on ATMC TV.
Brunswick Now set is provided by Badcock Home Furniture and More, located on Main Street, Charlotte. Stop by today to find your perfect match.
Is 6:30 too early for a Get Fit workout? Are your weeknights too hectic to catch West Brunswick football? Find yourself missing all your favorite ATMC TV shows? Well, now you don't have to. ATMC TV is airing all their latest shows on demand. Stop, pause, fast forward, or rewind. Watch your shows on your time. Tune to Channel 1 to see shows like Get Fit, Tea Time, Community Spotlight, and more. Stay connected to beautiful Brunswick County with ATMC TV On Demand, brought to you free by ATMC.